Hey guys, my name is Nmita from Amplio, and I wanted to really quickly jump online and show you how to create a work from home look. For this, I am going to use our Tropical Singapore palette, and if you forget anything that I've said, don't worry, all the instructions are on the back of the box. Inside this palette, it has all these gorgeous colors, and it has 9 eyeshadows basically. It has 2 blushes on this side, it has a contour and a highlighter. And what is brilliant, this palette has been made for the woman on the go. So even though we're doing a work from home meeting, we still want to do it really quickly because we're usually juggling a lot of stuff. So let me start by taking the palette and taking just a nice little fluff brush like this and going into this color up here, which is called Santosa. Now the reason I do this is because I like to base the eye first. So I just take a bit of product, tap out any excess, and I just rub my whole eyelid all over. So instead of using a primer or another form of a base, I just prefer to use this for a base. And the purpose of this palette specifically, it is made for humid climates. So it's brilliant in countries like Singapore, which is why it's called Tropical Singapore. And it's inspired by the beautiful colors of Singapore. So once I've done that, very quickly, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take another sort of fluff kind of brush, a little bit like this, and I'm gonna take a base. So today I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna go for more a pinky or a peachy base. And I am thinking I'm gonna go for more a peachy base. See, I made the decision on the fly. So what I do is go into this color here, which is called Dempsey, and I just take a bit of the product just by swirling my brush again, tap out any excess, and I go into the squirrel's crease of my eye and do window wiper motions to get the color in. And don't worry, you can go a little bit higher too, so don't worry about that. And what's brilliant is if you make a mistake, it is all very blendable, so you can blend out your mistakes. So I'm gonna go in and do that again on the other eye. And I'm just doing mainly that crease, as you can see, and just a little bit higher. This is just to create a nice depth to my eye. Once I've done that, I want to go in for a bit more of a darker color. So I like to take a nice sort of flat brush like this, and I'm going to go in for this color here, which is called Sasha. And this time I stroke downwards, just like this, to capture the product as opposed to swirl my whole brush. And I tap out the excess product, and I like to hold my eye just out a little like this, and then just do that little section there with a bit of the beautiful brown color. So now it's looking like this. See how it's not blended? We will blend that, so don't worry. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other eye. Take a bit of product, and I have just about done that. There we go. Just add a little more in here. See how I'm going into that depth in there to create a little bit more depth and a little bit darker as well, because I do like it a bit darker. Okay, once I've done that, I go back to that fluff brush and I just blend it all out now. See how it looked quite heavy, but once I blend it, it comes out really nice. And I'm just gonna go in, see, I can see where the little gaps are now that I've blended. So I just take this brush that we used for the more, this color that we used before, the Dempsey, and I'm gonna now go into the Sasha color. So just a little tiny, because it's very pigmented. And then I just put it in there just to even it out. And same on here, I'm just going to blend it out again, and I can see where the gaps are. Take ever such a slight amount and just fill in the gaps. Okay, so that would be a very earthy look, but I haven't finished the inner. So for the inner, I like to go into this color up here, which is called Florence, and I take my ring finger because the natural oils in your finger just melt the product into your skin better. I mean, you can use a brush, so don't worry. And then I just go into that corner, and I do the same on the other side. And see how I made a mistake there, and see how it went there? This is super easy to fix. And that's why this palette is made for the woman on the go, because I'm not perfect at doing my makeup, but I like to wear makeup. And so, see how I just blended that out? All gone. And I just blend the whole lot, and I like that look. However, I wanted to pop just a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I take my angle definer brush, which looks like this, and I spray it with a little Studio Fix, or you can use water, so don't worry if you don't have Studio Fix. and I just take off the excess water so there's not too much. And then I'm going to go into this color here at the bottom, which is called Orchid. And I take strokes of the product like this. And see how it's just picked up the product. Tap out any excess. I don't think it will because it was wet. I'm going to use it as a liner. And what I like to do is pull my eye tight and do short little strokes close to my lash line. And see how now that same palette has turned into my liquid liner. And so I have just lined my lid. So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. I have to concentrate for this one. So hard to multitask. And I might just do a little bit more here. I might have to get a bit more product. There you go. And if you wanted to do a cat's eye or anything like that, you could. But because this is a kind of work from home look and you just want it to pop, you want to look awake. So my next step is, so my eyes are done. I'm going to use some other products now just to conceal and to fix up the rest of my face because I've got, so always start with eyes first. It's my rule. And I have dark under eyes, so I'm going to use a product that we have coming out next year. It's a color corrector, and I'm going to use a little bit of the orange for my dark under eyes. And I just do that. And then what I do is I get a beauty blender and just blend it into those sections just like that. And I do the same on this side. And I have a little blemish, so I might get rid of that. I don't usually get blemishes for a change. Okay, and then I like to get, I love this product. It's called Bye Bye Under Eye by It Cosmetics. And I'm super, super lazy. What I do is I just put a little bit under here, a little bit under here, and then I get my beauty blender. And I blend it out like that. And here is where I create that V. So don't rub it like this. I prefer to create the V this way. And see how that automatically just fixed up all those dark under eyes that I had. Okay, so, and then whatever's left on the product, I like to just take it down my nose. So this is my cheeks way of contouring a bit and highlighting, contour highlight, and I do my chin. And just make sure it's nicely blended. And see, I'm quite, like I push the product into my face. I don't just leave it sitting on top. And then you can do two things. I'm going to show you just a quick look, but you could now go in with your foundation, and I like the MAC one. But MAC also do this really cool Studio Fix powder. And this is the cheats way of quickly covering up any blemishes you like. You don't have to do the stage. Some people don't like wearing foundations, so don't worry about it. I just take a fluffy brush, take a bit of product, and then I do circular motions all over my face. Just like this. Just to make sure it was all one color. And I do my chin, and I do my forehead. I'm working really fast so we can get to the next step. And if I'm not talking, this usually takes me like about 4 minutes. But I'm not, and I like to do my ears and neck and stuff, so it will look, you don't want that line down here. That's awful. Okay, and right, there you go. So now that that's finished, my next step is to contour and fill in my eyebrows. And I am going to contour with the same palette. So I go into our Tropical Singapore palette, and we have this beautiful color here, which is called Contour Me Skinny. Take a little fluffy brush like this. I take the product like this. See how I'm dabbing it all over the brush? Tap out any excess, and then I'm going to draw a bit of a 3D on my face. So I start here, work down, do under my jawline, and I always prefer to start here because it's easier to blend out if you make a mistake, and then I do a little up here too. And then I have a bigger forehead, so I like to do a bit here in the middle as well. So just like that. And see how that side has already started to come in a bit more. So I'm just going to finish it off on the other side. And remember what I said before, all the instructions are on the box. So if you don't know what the contour is or how to do it, it is all written down for you. And also you can always come back and watch this video if need be. Okay, and then I just like to get my simple fluff brush that we used before, that kind of clean one, take a little bit of the powder, tap out any excess, and just do down the side of my nose a little. This is just contouring it lightly. And then I do a little bit under here like that. So there you go, that is contouring for the Tropical Singapore palette. Next, I'm going to very quickly show you how I fill in my eyebrows. So I take that angle definer brush again. Let me just make sure that it's not super wet. And I like to mix a couple of colors for this. I'm going to use the Contour Me Skinny. I'm going to take a little bit of Sacha, and I'm going to fill in my brows. So I like to start at the bottom and do small motions, little flick motions, and then come up and fill in my arch. I mean, you can go very high. You can make your eyebrows as big as you like. But I like the more gentle but still filled in look. So that's all I would do. But you can see the difference in the two eyebrows. Okay, so let me just balance up my face and do this side. And there we go. Pretty close. Okay, once that's done, the next step is blush for me. And I love blush because I chose to go for that more orangey base versus the pinky base. I'm going to use this color down here, which is called Make Me Blush. So I like to just take a fluffy brush, and I like to take the product on here just like that. See how I'm pulling it down, so it's just grabbing the product, tapping out any excess, and I just love to do this. Just up there like that. And I might even do a bit more because I love the color. Look at that. And see the difference in the two sides? So I'm going to quickly finish this side off. There we go. And then my last way to make my eyes pop, and I like to do this last, is to take a little bit of that Sacha color on my angled definer brush again. And then I like to line half of my waterline. So just that little bit there. I mean, you can pull down your eye like this and do it this way too. Let me get a bit more product. And the best part about Amplio products is they're made for sensitive skin, so it won't aggravate it, which I love because I have very sensitive skin. Okay, so that is my ready for work kind of look. Let me finish it off with some mascara. And there's a couple of products I like to use because I haven't found the perfect mascara. We're making one, but we're in the process because I need to perfect this. I like to use the Huda Beauty Volume Lash, or Legit Lash, sorry it's called, but the volume side first. And then I do this side as well. And you start from the bottom and work your way up on each side. And then I think this is so cool how you can use two sides. And then use this side to curl. So I just push it up and curl that way. But do you see how it's automatically lifted my eyes? I think mascara is so amazing. Okay, and then I like to finish it with one more because it's not waterproof, that one. So I take a little bit of the MAC and I take the inside of the brush and just coat all those lashes so then it doesn't rub off or tap off onto my eyelid. There you go. Okay, that's done. Now, last thing, and the look is absolutely finished. It is the best part. My go-to is the Amplio Naughty Nude Lip Stylo. Do you know what's cool about this? It's so creamy, hydrating, and you use it on its own. So you don't have to use it with a stayer or anything. You can use it with a gloss if you want, or a stay, but look at this. So I line my lip. And then I fill in the lip. See, I've had no tug or pull on this. There you go. And that is the look that I would create for a work from home look. Wasn't hard, but it is really easy and still your face pops on the screen. I hope you guys like it. Take care. Bye.